Welcome, everyone, to the July edition of the SYTA President Brief. I'm Jennifer Pasqua, Content Engagement Manager with Serendipity Media. And today we're having a conversation with Ertalan, SYTA President, and Caroline Asante, SYTA CEO. And ladies, thank you so much for checking in today. Safe and healthy, I hope.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us, Jenny.
You bet. Erta, let's start with you. Here we are, the last quarter of your presidency. And despite challenging times, you and the board continue to meet to focus on some key activities for SYTA, right?
Sure. I'm happy to share a few things with you. SYTA has always focused to provide members with the best tools and resources they might need for their businesses. And I'm especially proud of our COVID-19 resource kit. This helps customers understand the trip planning period, as well as what the impact on cancellations and refunds might have. Members found this very helpful and have adapted to it for their businesses. I have included it in many of my own emails, and customers have been very pleased with that grid. In fact, I have shared it even with some other industries, and they are trying to use it and alter it for their own need. So, but now members are asking for guidance on how to travel safely when we can travel again.
So can you elaborate on the guidance and what exactly that looks like?
Sure. The Safety Committee has worked very hard over the last month to review the health and safety guidelines from our industry partners, from motor coach companies, hotels, restaurants, airlines, attractions, you name it, to see how they will be handling group travel. They took this information and then met to discuss how tour operators would manage groups through the itinerary, starting with the pre-trip planning process, while on tour, and then what process needs to take place should someone get sick.
Yeah, and Caroline, how will this be shared with the membership?
So like the COVID resource kits, what we did first was get member feedback. So we're in pretty much the final drafting stages of it. And the first resource guide that we're going to put out on health and safety is meant for our members to put it into their own procedures and documents. So it'll be set up so that you can look at your own processes and then cut and paste and utilize the information where you need it. And it's in a format where it really looks at pre-trip planning, how to mitigate while on tour. And then I think one of the most important pieces of it is how to respond should a situation come up. So first, the draft will come out for them as a way to put into their own processes. And then the second phase of it is once they have it in their hands, we're going to create something like we did for the educators. So it will actually be a guide that could be sent directly to their clients, or it could be sent with their RFPs. Now, the key thing is, everything is changing still. Yeah. So we're going to create one that is flexible, a digital format, and then hopefully build on it when schools are back in session and we have a chance to talk to administrators, school nurses, and things like that. So, we look forward to bringing that back out to members.
You bet. Well, Erta, we hear it. The closer we get to the start of school, we are hearing how districts across the country are planning to bring students back to the classroom. So how can SYTA prepare members for every school district?
Well, obviously, SYTA is not really able to track every school's reopening plans. As you can see right now, there are heated discussions daily on the news, but we have shared a link on SYTA.org where you can access information for every state and locality. This is where SYTA counts on members to share what they have learned with us so we can share it with our members. And together we are stronger as an industry when we are all working together on this one.
And so, Caroline, how is this information going to get out to the schools?
So a couple of different ways. So number one, we'll ask our members to share it with their customers, utilize it on their websites. Number two, we really support the Teach and Travel network that we have. So through Teach and Travel social media channels, through the magazine, and then also we have direct access to educators through our EdWeb education series. So we're looking at doing it a number of ways. And then we're also looking to partner with school board associations, national associations that have teachers traveling, where we know travel is a component of it. So we're really going to go direct to our members and then direct back out to educators. And we've also had some great experience with parents with our trip planning guide and the COVID resource guide. So we also anticipate sharing it another way also with consumers.
So Erda, you mentioned that members are staying involved through various committees. What are the other ways people have been staying connected?
Well, I would strongly encourage everyone to sign up for our education sessions and the SYTA socials. I have enjoyed being on the SYTA socials this past month. These are hosted by members who are so excited to see and talk with everyone and share information. And even those who have been furloughed or laid off, they are still able to join us. And this is truly a value of SYTA, staying connected and building relationships. And it is a lot of fun, even though it's virtual.
Yeah, absolutely. Carol Ann, this obviously would normally be the time frame when your staff's working those long hours, prepping for conference. How have you handled the switch to virtual and digital meetings?
Well, it's funny you say that. Just the other day on our staff meeting, I said how much I missed everyone. And normally our offices would be covered in boxes. You know, we would be working around the clock and putting badges together and printing off tickets. So I'm pretty sad about that, missing everybody this August. But on the other hand, we've had a great opportunity to work with our partners from, certainly Winnipeg and Manitoba. So we're excited about, again, knowing that we're going to have that conference and it'll be in 2023. What we're also doing is we've been able to convert our face-to-face meetings to virtual meetings. So we're exploring the different ways we can use virtual meetings to share education with our members. And we are planning to have our annual meeting on August 17th. And we're just putting that into production right now. Later on in the fall, we'll bring the foundation luncheon program and a number of the foundation events to everybody. And then although we have postponed our summit, we are looking at a lot of other ways to bring our community together virtually. And those will be happening all throughout the year until we meet again next August in New York City.
So Erda, come August, you're going to be passing the gavel to President Steve Mail. How important is it for members to get involved?
Oh, it is really important. We are thrilled to see so many members nominate themselves to serve on the board of directors. We have a great slate of candidates, all of which would do a great job serving on the board. There's information again on SYTA.org for each candidate, and they will have recorded a video that members can listen to. A great new way to get to know the candidates. Ballots will then be sent out in early August.
So if you're not running for the board, how can other members get involved?
Well, there's a variety of ways. We will do a call for volunteers, but I think what's really important that we found, especially with COVID, is that we have had members volunteering to host a SYTA social. We've had members like the safety committee just reading our documents and helping us edit. Every time you share a resource with us and we can share it with members, that's getting involved. So it doesn't have to feel like it's got to be a year-long standing committee where you've got to be on calls all the time. So we look at volunteering and giving back a variety of ways. So it's really easy. Just shoot an email to myself or Becky at info@syta.org, and we put you on a list. And when different opportunities come up, we'll reach out to you. I do want to share, Jenny, one of the ways that members can help us. We're about to come out to our members with a letter to go to their congressman. There's a really important another wave of basically funding to come out in August. And so we're going to be coming out to our members again to say how important it is that they send this letter to their congressman. There's an opportunity to support our industry and the travel industry again to get the kind of funding our members need. So just by sending a letter to your congressman, that's just a really important way that you're serving SYTA and other members.
All right, Carol Ann. Well, Erda, this has been quite a year, one I'm sure you were not expecting. You'll, of course, share more of your perspective at the annual meeting come August 17th. But as we wrap up today's presidential brief, any final thoughts?
Well, more than ever have I realized how important SYTA is to me personally, but also for my business. If there's one positive COVID-19 outcome for me personally, it has been that old friendships I have been able to rekindle, and new friendships have been formed. I've talked to so many members over the last year, but especially since March. And I hope it will continue in the future, even if I'm past president. But we have shared our positives, our negatives, our being afraid. And SYTA to me feels more like family. I get goosebumps just by thinking about it. By being so small, we have to stick together. And I think together we will get through this one day at a time.